Hello, and thank you for stopping by. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. If you are not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when new videos arrive. For those that are subscribers to my channel, sorry I've been off and not been doing videos lately. I've been kind of having an identity crisis, and what I mean by that is that I've been trying to figure out exactly which direction I want this channel to go in. If you are a subscriber and you do happen to see this video, I need you to do me an important favor. I need you to put in the comments. I need you to think about what you have seen on my videos, the content that I have talked about, and I need you to give me some tips, and I need you to give me some ideas of what you think would be good for me to discuss. I still want it to be a you and I conversation, you the audience, me the speaker. But I don't want to be just speaking to the screen. I want it to be an interaction. When I say that, I mean I want to talk about stuff that I feel is relevant, stuff that's important to me, but also I want it to be something that you find important as well. Most of my videos that I do, they are videos that you see it once, you get no more information out of it later on. Now, the video I'm going to do today, which is actually not going to be a video per se, you're not going to see me speak, you're going to just hear me speak because I don't feel good and I didn't feel like getting on film, but I need to do this. I want to talk about the Founding Fathers, America, the Constitution, and I want to talk about, is the Founding Fathers and is the Constitution still relevant today? And I will read you something that was written by Hannah Beach in 2019. This is her interpretation of the Constitution and whether or not she feels that it's relevant for today. I'm going to read that to you, and then I'm going to discuss it afterwards, and I'm going to plead my case. And if you happen to listen to this, I want you, if you can, to put a comment down in the bottom if you feel that the Founding Fathers and the Constitution is still relevant today, 240 some years later, or if you don't. If you feel that it is relevant, put reasons down there on why. If you feel that it is not relevant, put reasons down there and that's why. Because I think that right or wrong, an opinion is valid. If you feel a certain way, your opinion is very valid. It doesn't have to be the way I believe. It doesn't have to be the way other people believe. But if you believe a certain way and you feel very strongly about that, then go ahead and put the comment and let us know what you think. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start reading. The Founding Fathers' values are not relevant anymore. As the years progress, it is critical that society must progress also. What our country was built on is hardly relevant anymore. The Constitution doesn't talk about half the things we face in current times: online privacy, women's health care, voter fraud, and many others. The Founding Fathers, a group of middle-aged, rich white men, couldn't even begin to fathom the necessity for women's rights, black rights, or LGBTQ and their rights. Even the politicians of the last century have no idea what we now face. Presidents as recent as Bush and Obama couldn't have anticipated what the country looks like today. Suggesting that politicians of the past, no less white, male politicians, could possibly foresee these problems and understand them shows just how unwillingly our country is to admit its flaws. America has changed so much since we've declared our independence. We have to try to make all of our citizens more equal, although that still needs a lot of work. We have tried to be the forefront of the industrial world, and we have also tried to be the country that all other countries want to be. But it's not enough to just try. It's not okay to stall our progress by calling these changes unpatriotic. If you think that we're straying from what our founding fathers hoped for America, then good. We should be. We should be getting as far away as we can from their racism and sexism and xenophobia. We should be getting away from thinking we're the best country with the best values. We should be re-examining all of our history, not just the white parts. If we give any attention to the Constitution, it should be to see how far we have come in our development as a nation. End of story. Now, she said an awful lot in there. And yes, she has very valid points. America should be getting away from the racism, getting away from the xenophobia. But this is the thing, and I'm kind of drawn and quartered here. Now, I'm a Christian, and that's me. That's personal to me. That is my personal. I will discuss Christianity. I will discuss religion, but I do not try to force other people to be like me. I will explain why I am the way I am. I will give them the benefits that I get from being the way I am and show them why, but I'm not going to twist their arm and make them like the early Catholic Church did, where they forced everybody to become Catholic. Now, the Constitution within itself can be built on. It can be improved. Just because that's the piece of paper that was written, or the parchment that was written on, just because that's the original foundation, that doesn't mean that we can't build floor upon floor upon floor above that foundation. That doesn't mean we cannot improve on the foundation. The foundation in itself is solid. Regardless of what the founding fathers thought, regardless of how they had slaves or didn't have slaves, there's only one part of the Constitution that I can think of that needs to be fixed, and that is the 13th Amendment. We need to stop that, because when Lincoln declared that the slaves were free, they allowed Lincoln to give off the presence, or to give off the feeling that the slaves were free, the appearance, that's what I was thinking of. They gave off the appearance of slavery being set free, but in reality, slavery was not done away with. If you are somebody that gets arrested, whether you are guilty or not, if you've been charged and found guilty, you don't have to be guilty to be found guilty. There's loads of people locked up in jail, both white, black, Asian, Mexican, you name it. They're locked up in jail because of the 13th Amendment says that slavery has been abolished except for times of incarceration, which is their way of saying, yeah, you're no longer belonging to so-and-so, but if you break the law, or if we think you broke the law and we found you guilty in a court of law, then you'll go to jail and you'll become a slave again. Working for 25 cents an hour is slave wages, no matter how you put it. The 13th Amendment needs to be shortened to it abolishes slavery over the board, and it does not deal with jail. But they won't fix that. They will not. Maybe down the road we will. Now, regardless of the founding fathers and how they did things, regardless of how they felt or the slaves they had, or the way that they felt that whites were the greatest thing, and everybody else was just menial labor people. Regardless of that, if you take that away, you take all that out of the picture, and you just strip the Constitution down to its bare bones, and you apply it the way it's supposed to be applied to everyone, and you take the Ninth Amendment, which is supposed to protect all of our rights that are not written down, if you use that the way it is supposed to be used, then America will be a lot more free and we'll have a lot less problems than we have now. But you have everybody that interprets the Constitution and our rights and our freedoms the way they want to interpret it. They gravitate to whatever makes them the most comfortable. And a lot of people, they're willing to give up their freedom for security and safety. With all freedom comes great responsibility, but with all responsibility, we have a brain and we have to be able to discern things, look at stuff and figure out what is going on here. Now, I'm going to try to cut this video down because I have a tendency to ramble, and my faithful few that are subscribers need to tell me when I'm rambling on. So anyway, if you find that you think the Constitution should be done away with, put it in a comment, explain why. If you think that the Constitution within itself is good and can be used positively even today, I think it can be used for everything. I think it can be used for anybody that lives in America, whether you be white or whether you be black, gay, straight, whether you be Asian, Mexican, or whoever. If you live in this country and you want to be a part of America, then I believe the Constitution can work for you and can work for myself. I'm going to let you go on that note. We are into 2022 and it is a new year, but some old things carry on. Sometimes we can't help it. Sometimes we're afraid to not help it. But I'm going to leave you with this note. Remember, make tomorrow better than yesterday by doing the very best we can today.